Hi, good morning, everybody. Lori here from Lori Juskowitz, massage therapist and body mind coaching. And I'm just getting on here a little earlier today before I head out to the gym. And I know my hair is like super curly and it gets a little crazy sometimes, but I really wanted to get on here before because I just received like a really great idea over there. I mean, an idea, like just anyway, I'm just going to get to it. So, welcome to day 4 and day 5 of the Receiving Challenge of 30 days in November. And on Mondays, we're going to be combining Sunday and Monday together because Sundays, I like to leave those just for like me and my family. It's like a much needed break. That's how I receive. So Mondays, we're going to combine them. So it'll be like this week, it'll be like day 4 and 5, and then next week, whatever it is. So it'll be in one. So I wanted to come on because I really wanted to talk about, like, we have this idea that in order to receive, that first we must give. And November is definitely the month of giving. And, whether it's giving thanks or things, whatever, you're getting into that holiday mode of giving, 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 whether it's, the kids need, cupcakes for this, or they need volunteers to make the Indian suit vests or the noodle necklaces or extra help at the school for whatever reason. Whatever's going on, especially this time of year, is really when I know that my request, from people really increases. And I notice with my clients that this is really like, they want to be all the things and they really, really, really want to give all the things to all the people and all the things that people are asking them. But they're like, I'm exhausted, I'm drained, I don't have any more time, I'm completely tapped out. And they want to give even more. And so what I've come to learn through all of my years of doing massage and coaching and all of this is that in order for you to be able to give more, you need to receive first. And I know, like, there's so much around this where people are like, I can't, receive first. No, you have to give. Receiving is selfish. It's better to give than to receive. But what if I told you that actually by you filling yourself up first and coming from a place of, what else can I do? Where you feel fantastic. Those days like where you just feel, really, really great and things are just going really well. Think about what you've done that has given you that feeling. And I'm telling you, it's going to be that you received first, whether someone, yesterday. Okay, so what I received was yesterday my neighbor came over to me and she's like, Lori, I just wanted to say thank you for all of the things that you do. And it's really not anything major. Like literally I get her mail and I get her paper like over the summer of like when they're not going to be home. Like they live next door. It's like no problem. I have to get mine anyway. So she came over and she gave me this really beautiful glitter turkey. And I was like, that was so nice. Like, you didn't have to even do that. You didn't have to go out of your way and buy me something, But I was like, Lori, receive. Just receive it, just receive that. So I did. And I had a smile on my face the whole rest of the day because I just thought that was the sweetest thing. My husband loved the turkey. The kids were like, I want that in my room. They were so, like, just those little things, those little tokens of appreciation go so far. And that's what I received. And because I received that, our whole day shifted at our house. And not that it was in a bad place, but it was just to really feel appreciated was huge. Hi, whoever's watching. We're just talking about receiving first before giving. It's day 4 and 5 combined. So by my neighbor just coming over and giving me that turkey, it just really, I was able just to give so much more to my family. I was able to, just really feel good in that space. And we accomplished so much. We got so many things done. We felt fantastic. And I received that. And because of that, I was able to give even more. I took off Sunday, which I received that for myself. Because sometimes what we're receiving, it hides itself. And then our brain turns on and says, oh, you can't take off a day. You have to go do all these things now because, that's just the way it goes. Like, you're only off from work. You're not off from your housework. You're not off from whatever. But you know what? I said, no, we did fun things. We received fun things. Took down the Halloween decorations, which we really enjoy decorating, and put up for Thanksgiving. So, And another example that I want to give you of receiving is, I don't know how many of you saw the Sabres game the other night, the one where Jason Pominville was honored for 1,000 games. And that's just an amazing feat. Like, these guys play like 88 games a year, to get to 1,000, like, you have longevity, you are taking care of your body, I mean, you have to think, like, how many times did somebody have the flu from traveling, or how many games, like, they actually end up missing because of the travel, or family emergencies, or just things like that. So to get to 1,000 games is huge. And I love the tribute that they had before the game even started. They gave that tribute to Jason Pominville and thanked him for 1,000 games. And they had people commenting on Instagram, and they had people on Facebook. Jason, thank you so much. And did you notice, like, the energy in that arena just totally shifted? It was like everybody just was on fire. It was an afternoon game. The kids got to be there. It was terrific. And it was no coincidence that they just kept scoring goal after goal after goal. They had, hi, whoever's watching, it's one of somebody, okay. Anyway, they just had an amazing game. Like, they scored, hi, Maddie, they scored 9 goals in that game. And the other team only scored 2. So, and isn't it funny how just by taking that time to appreciate a player, that how that impacted the whole rest of the team. The whole rest of the team's energy came up. Everybody was happy to honor him. That's an amazing feat, to say thank you, to get to play with him for that long, and all the things that he does for the community, and just to be thanked like that. And then look what he gave, like, then goals, and then everybody on the team starts scoring. We know that a score of 9-2 is not an average game. And look how, and it wasn't a coincidence that it was 2-9, 29. When you combine the number, when you 2 and 9, they had 2 goals, we had 9, which is Jason Pominville's number. Those synchronistic moments are like the universe, like, saying, hey, I'm here, I'm controlling all of this, and when you tap into that energy, and you raise your vibration to that level, look what you get to pull in and attract to you, because you're at that high. You've actually just raised your whole vibration, your whole frequency, and now you're on this whole other level. And as you keep doing that, you're vibrating at this whole other level. And like I said, no coincidence that score. We do not score goals like that. We do not score goals like that. And I know that the other team was not a great team. For all of you sitting out there saying, well, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was the Senators or something. I know that they're having a rough year, I get that, but not when you have that kind of energy. I mean, there were times that the other team was scoring that I didn't even know they scored, because the arena was so loud, just like the whole fan participation, the whole thing of it. So my point, Jason Pominville received that, and look what he was able to give, because he received that. He could have said, nah, no big deal. This is my job. This is what I do. Nah. The Sabres could have, like, not honored him, and just been like, we pay you to do this, you just go do it anyway. No. They know that by appreciating people and putting that value on people. I mean, even if you want to even get down to it, I'll go one further. Look at the Bills game on Monday Night Football. Now, I know we didn't win, but I will say, for 3 quarters, we hung in there against the New England Patriots. And it's no coincidence. It was also the day that Thurman Thomas was being honored. I mean, the energy from him, his jersey being retired, and all of that, and that whole energy. And we were on Monday Night Football for the first time in 10 years. That's the energy that I'm talking about. And look what can happen with that. It might not always be a win 9-2, but it's just that they hung in there way longer. So imagine what you can do in, like, your office, what you can do when you're driving. Just you being in a high vibrational energy space is going to help everyone else around you, because you received first. Because and you're like, well, no one's going to honor me. Honor yourself. You don't need to wait for somebody else to do it for you. And then a way to do that is, like for me, like Lori, you're freaking amazing. You're kick ass. Like you're going to the gym, you're getting shit done, you're doing all these things, and you guys can do the same thing for yourself. Like, what are you wanting to honor and call out about yourself? Like, what are you, because I know every single one of you has something that you have more than one thing. You have tons and tons of things that are great about you, but I also know that there's something deep down buried in there that wants to come out. That's something that you're really, really, really good at, but maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe you're afraid to receive that for yourself because you don't know how you'd make money at it. You don't know how it could turn into a career. You don't know how your passion could make you money, whatever it is. But what's happening is you're not allowing yourself to receive it. And so how can you receive what you really value today? How can you, like, even if we just start something really small, like, what is something, go throughout your day to day. It's early enough in the morning now. It's only 8:15 when you watch this, and just look for things that you're receiving. Like, and I'm going to tell you, they can be really, really small things. Like today, another thing, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. And like, I received this whole idea for the video. I wasn't normally, like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what I'm going to talk about each day. But normally by 10:30 or 11, I know. This time it came in my morning meditation, and it was like, Lori, talk about Jason Pominville. Talk about how he received before the game. Like, talk about how he received first and then what he was able to give for his teammates, for the community, for the 17,000 people in there, for the 50 or 100,000 people watching, and then in their living rooms. Like, he gave that back because he received first. I received, like, to do this whole thing today so that I can help you. And then you're like, oh yeah, let me receive first. Because if you're feeling like you're pushing, if you're feeling like something is just off, if you're feeling like it's just another day, I'm telling you, chances are real high that your receiving is out of lack, out of balance, out of whack with your giving. And when you're coming from that depleted place, it's because you're giving and giving and giving. So part of the other thing I'm doing this month is I've opened up 20 spaces on my calendar. Well, it's a little less now because we're dwindling down on the month. It's already like the 5th, it's November 5th today. I've opened up 20 spaces on my calendar for conversations like this. Maybe you're not sure about what the receiving is looking like. Maybe you're not sure exactly, what receiving, how it's showing up or what it's meaning for you. Or maybe you're not sure of how you can receive your, whatever your thing is that you want to turn into a business, or, whatever it is. Maybe you're just not seeing like how you can have a thriving family and a thriving business, or have a thriving business and a thriving family. You might already have the business and maybe not, maybe you don't have the kids yet, or maybe it's the other way around. I have people on both sides of the fence. Like, they want to have kids but they've got the business, but they're not sure how I'm going to do both. Like, how am I going to have the time for that? It's okay. I got you. We can set up a conversation and we can talk about that. Or maybe you have the kids and you're like, how am I going to have the business on top of it? Like, I barely have time now. It's okay. I got you. And I'm telling you, receiving is the key. So let's talk about, how you can be open to receiving more so that you can have both. And I'd love to hear in the comments what you received today also, and then how you were able to give even more. And even when, like, for me, like, when I was, like, received in my meditation, like, Pandora, that's another thing. Like, I play Pandora in the background when my meditation is on. I love Pandora. I mean, you can use Spotify, whatever you want. But I was just like, thank you. It helps keep my brain from, like, wandering crazy while being quiet for 15 minutes. Sometimes my brain is just like, oh, I gotta go do this. Oh, I gotta go do that. But when that music is on, or it's like waves or whatever, it just calms me back down. And it's like, oh, that can wait. Because by me receiving that meditation first, then I am calm. And then I notice during the rest of the day when I need to come back to that place of when I start to feel that, that feeling, it just starts to kick up and you're like, oh, and you go into that place, but then it's like, wait, hold on, deep breath. And I might even go do a second meditation if I really need it that day. But just like by receiving Pandora, by receiving, my little meditation app, by doing all those things, it helps to keep me on track so that I can give even more. Like right now, this Facebook live video, right now, like being able to open up the 20 spaces on my calendar because I received first, because I'm filled up, because I'm not coming from a place of pushing, I'm able to do that. So I'd love to hear in the comments below how you're receiving today, what you're going to receive, like when you received it, because even I know, because what's going to kick up is like, I can't do that. I have to go do these other things first. And that's just your brain kicking on. And this is when you have to do the receiving anyway. I had a couple of things that I'm a little bit behind on this morning. And I was like, okay, I'll just skip that and do that later. But I full well know that I won't have time to do it later. And I was even going to put off doing this video until later. And I'm like, no, I know that I will forget. I know things will come up. I am receiving this time for me now. I'm just going to do this. And then I'll be able to give even more because I did it, because I'm in that calm space, because I already, it just allows you to come from a totally different energy. So I'd love to hear in the comments below. Share with me what you received, even though if you felt like, I can't do it, but you did it anyway, because that's the key. Our brain's going to kick on and it's going to tell you things like, you don't have enough time. Who are you to say that? I don't think that this is right. I don't know if I did it right. I probably did it wrong. I'm going to be embarrassed if I put it there. That's just your mind kicking on, just trying to keep you stuck where you are. So do it anyway, write in the comments anyway, or message me if you'd prefer, but one of them, do one, either message it or put it in the comments, because I'm telling you, somebody else out there needs to see, oh, okay, someone's doing that. I get that now, or I see how this can apply into my own life. All right, so whether it's Pandora, whether it's, I think the sun's supposed to come out later. I know we got to receive the sunshine yesterday, which was pretty fantastic too. So it can be just something as little as that. It can be the aromatherapy in your house. It just little things. You don't have to start with big things. We can just really focus on the little things too. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great, amazing day. Receive, receive, receive.